All right, everybody. Welcome back. Episode 14 of the Firestarter Coffee podcast. My name is Jai. I'm the owner of Firestarter Coffee, and this is a podcast I'm trying to do every week where I just talk about my business, coffee, and stuff that's going on with me, and mostly just nonsense. If you're interested in that kind of thing, you want to waste some time while you're listening to, or while you're driving or playing video games or taking a walk or whatever you people do. It's been a very eventful week. Some great new exciting things I'm going to share here. And then some more serious stuff that was going on with me that I guess I should share. I guess I should talk about. I don't really know if people care or if it's a good idea or if it's, I don't know how, I don't have that many listeners anyway, but might as well just throw it out there in case it helps someone if they go through what I just went through last week. Let me take a drink real quick. So first things, this is super exciting. I've been working on this for months now. 2 new coffees for you guys. I have an actual official dark roast, which people have been asking for a long time, and I don't love dark roast personally, so I was hesitant, and I was also taking my time, and I was focused on my 2 main first products, which are the Guatemalan and the Ethiopian, which were doing pretty well. But I started sampling new beans. I wanted to find something that I like too, and I finally found something. And this is what I called it. I called it Smoke. This is my dark roast coffee. It's a Nicaraguan bean, and I actually like it. So, and I'm not a dark roast person, so I think people who like dark roast will really like it too. It is kind of your classic dark chocolatey, kind of smoky coffee. This one I got kind of like a nutty almond / spiced flavor out of it. So which are some really nice smooth flavors in a dark roast. So I liked it, so I thought it was worth actually putting out there. The other one, which I'm probably more excited for, is this one is called Embers. This is the same Nicaraguan bean. It works really well as medium or dark. It's just a more light to medium roast, and it's not as dark. It carries a lot more of those natural flavor notes from the bean. And in this case, man, I'm even smelling it while it's just sitting here. The flavor notes I have are brown sugar, pecan pie, and chocolate. So it's kind of a sweet, warm, smooth coffee. It's not bitter. It's it's really nice. I'm really enjoying drinking it. It's a nice change of pace from my first 2 products, the Motivator and Juice. So I'm just really here. I'll put these so you can see them. They look nice too. I really wanted to keep up the color scheme of the blacks and the oranges and the whites. Yeah, I think they look really good. They taste really good, and I hope you guys like them. It took me about a little over a year since I started the company last August. I officially launched. I've been running just 2 coffees this whole time, the Guatemalan and the Ethiopian. 2 very different coffees, but 2 really solid coffees. And I haven't raised the price since I started last year, and I probably should, because coffee prices are so much higher and I'm paying more and my margins are lower, but I'm almost afraid to. And if anyone out there is a more experienced business person, maybe they can give me some advice. But I haven't raised prices on those. I'm afraid to. But I thought if I introduce the new products, I will price them accordingly to what they're worth for the market right now. Now, hopefully, if coffee prices go down in the future, I can adjust and lower my prices. I don't want to be unfair to customers. Even though I do consider it a more premium coffee product, It's like a specialty premium single origin coffee. I mean, it is small batch roasted. I do it all myself. I want to someday be able to make a living off of it too. Like I want to make money. I'm not doing this for charity. At the same time, I want to be fair. I don't want to, I guess, take advantage of people. And it's hard because in the coffee business, there are a lot of coffee businesses that charge mid-20s, upwards of $30 per bag. And I'm not saying that's wrong at all for those companies. I'm just saying it's hard to figure out where I should be sitting price-wise. Am I crazy if I ask for $25 for a bag, or will people accept it, and will they actually buy it if I do such a thing? Even though it could, and depending on the bean or in the situation, it could actually be worth that. It's a hard thing to figure out. And then on the other side, you have people who are just so competitive that they charge like 10, 11, 12 bucks a bag, which I mean, I can't do. Maybe someday I can get to that point and have like a more basic coffee product that I could sell for cheap. As long as I can get the beans for really cheap. But it would have to be a decent. I would have to enjoy it too. I don't ever want to sell anything I don't actually like. Anyway, that's just me talking about myself. I don't know if that's even interesting. But 2 new products finally. I now have 4 total products: the Nicaraguan medium and dark, and the Guatemalan and the Ethiopian. Different colors, different names, all totally different flavor profiles. I'm really excited about it. I just hope they actually sell. I have sold a few, which has been great. But yeah, I'm hoping, and I am starting to work on advertising. And I'm working on growing. I'm in the beginning stages of it, but I'm working on it. And that's my big project and goal for this, for the fall and winter, is to really dive deep into advertising, and find creators online that I can partner with. That's kind of hard to figure out too, because they have to be the right size. They can't be too big. They can't be too small. I don't have unlimited money to throw at people. But yeah, that's my big project, and I started working on that. So I'm glad to be going on that. I want to grow as much as I possibly can online, and build a long-term brand. So I know that's easier said than done, but that's my goal. Let's see. It was a very eventful week. And things are kind of crazy right now in my life. Even today I worked. You get up at 5. You work all day. I came home. I did a workout. I ate my dinner, and now I'm sitting down to do this. And then after this, I'll do some editing, and then I'll what am I gonna do? Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep working on advertising and try to get some kind of campaign going, advertising campaign for some or all of my products. I'm kind of working on everything, so that all this stuff just kind of takes time, and it makes my days really long. But thank God I love what I do, like with this stuff. Otherwise, it would just be impossible. It would just be impossible. People start all kinds of businesses, and then you hear, people telling you should start this kind of business or this. If you are working your job and then you're trying to build something in the evening, it would be impossible to do. For me personally, it'd be impossible to do if I didn't actually love it. Because why put yourself through the like stress of that, mental and physical stress of that, if it's not something that you love? Money itself isn't enough of a driving. And maybe if it was a ton of money, maybe, and it was something you hated, maybe it'd be worth doing still. But for me, I guess my time is more valuable. So, Anyway, I'm glad that I am doing this. I'm glad that I love coffee and roasting coffee and building a brand, and it's fun and it's interesting and it's definitely a challenge. And it's something. Yeah, I mean, even though I'm tired and stressed out, it's not like bad. It's not like bad. That being said, the other thing I wanted to talk about was, and normally I wouldn't, because I don't know, I'm not trying to complain or ask for sympathy, but I didn't know this kind of thing like existed or happened, and it might help someone else. So last week on Friday, I guess I had a like a full on panic attack. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I haven't been to the doctor yet, which I need to do. But based on what I looked up and how I felt, and after talking to people, I'm pretty sure it was a panic attack. And I've heard people say that, or like say they have panic attacks, and I always think, oh man, like yeah, that sounds, that must be stressful. That sucks. Because I've been anxious before, and I've had like kind of tense moments where I'm kind of like just a little overwhelmed. Like, I felt that before. But what I experienced was like super intense. I mean, it was like almost debilitating for like a brief moment. And I was driving too, which would made it scarier and worse. And I'm not trying to complain or make you feel bad for me, but I think last week I was between work and the business and life and keeping up with everything, and I guess subconsciously I was so drained, exhausted, and overwhelmed that my body like shut down. So I was driving home, and I kind of had a stress headache all day. Like I tell it was a stress headache. It was like in my forehead, and it wouldn't go away. So I left work early. I was like, I gotta go home. I gotta take some medicine and go to bed because I felt sick and headachy. So I started driving home. I started feeling more nauseous. Like I was kind of like gagging and like dry heaving. And then when I was maybe 10 minutes from home, my hands started to go numb, like they were tingling, like I was having I hit my funny bone or something. Like it was like full on like tingle, and then they started to go. I was like, oh man, that's kind of weird. And then they started to go completely numb and like locked up. Like I couldn't feel them, or like I don't remember. I don't know. Maybe they were tingling, and I could feel them, but I couldn't move them. Like I couldn't open or close my hand. Like they were totally stiff, and like I was like, oh, I was like, oh no, and like I couldn't really breathe either. And I was driving, and I was like, oh shoot, this is really bad. I gotta pull over. So I called my girlfriend. She's freaking out, and then I hung up on her. So that made her freak out even more. But I was like, I thought I was about to die, and I thought I was having like. I don't have diabetes, but I have family history of diabetes, so I thought it was like a late onset, like hitting me, the diabetes finally, like I was having like an attack. So I hung up on her. She was freaking out even more. But I had to dial 911 on myself, so I dialed 911. I kind of was like trying to get like, tell them what was happening, and my body was locked up. Like I thought I was passing out. I had pulled over into a parking lot, and like my whole body just stopped working, I guess. But as soon as I got out of my car and like sat in the grass, I like almost immediately started feeling better. And I guess then I knew everything was okay. I was just having some kind of mental thing. And then I felt dumb because the paramedics showed up, and I was like, oh man, yeah, I guess I played it safe. I guess I did the right thing, but they checked me out. Everything was fine. Just really weird experience, and I think it was. I think it was just. I don't know if it was just based on the conditions of my current like stress and amount that I'm doing, and not really getting enough sleep and long days and working on multiple things at once and trying to keep up with everything. I try to take care of myself. I mean, I eat pretty well. I eat kind of a lot, but it's all like healthy food. So I'm trying to like keep up the calories so I don't totally die. But I feel like I'm doing everything I can. I think it was kind of a wake up call to maybe slow. Here's what I'm confused about is like, do I need to slow down a little bit, or do I need to actually do more so I'm not feeling overwhelmed with all the stuff I have to do? I don't know. I think it might actually be that I need to do more, which is, I don't know. So I'm trying. I'm trying to stay more organized so there's less like in my brain and I have to constantly be running a million things through it all the time. Um, um, I did though on Sunday. We had like a little date, and then we went to um, a bookstore. I was like, okay, I'll buy a book that I've been wanting to read for a while. So came home, sat down, and I read a book for a few hours. I haven't done that for years. It felt really nice. It was relaxing. I think I'm gonna do more of that. Try to take it easy, but at the same time, like I can't slow down that much because I'm trying to grow, trying to grow a company, and I'm trying to grow like some sense of like an online brand or like videos and social media and that stuff. So, yeah, I think I'm still working through it, but it's been a crazy week. It's been like highs and lows. Like I felt like I had that panic attack. I bounced back. I released 2 new coffees. I'm just a little all over the place, but that's kind of life. And the older you get, I think you figure out better and better how to manage that stuff. So I'm learning, and this, you know, hopefully the more I go through now and figure out now and mess up and get better and blah blah blah, and I'm living. The more I go through now, the more I can settle down, slow down later, and then be able to teach my kids lessons. I don't have kids yet, but when I do later, be able to guide them through all these situations too, and help them out. Yeah. I think that's about it. I think it's a shorter episode today. Thank you guys for listening. I continue to get just a couple listeners on every episode. Not a lot. I know no one's really watching this far, but someday we'll grow this to be much bigger, and I'll have much more interesting things to talk about, and I'll have much greater successes to talk about with the business and things that'll be just a lot more interesting to people. I'm sure. And I'll hopefully be able to talk to other people and collaborate with other people. That'd be cool. But you got to start somewhere. So this is where I'm starting, and I'm being consistent with the work that I put in, so that I continue to learn and I exercise those muscles of just creating and building and doing all that stuff. Anyway, I think that's about it for now. I'm going to go kind of relax, sit on the couch, look at advertising stuff, keep working on this stuff, and then after that, I'm going to definitely relax and not do anything, which is important, definitely. That's it for now. I'll think about what I want to talk about next week. We'll see if anything crazy happens in the world. There's always crazy stuff happening. Most of the time, I don't feel qualified to talk about it, or I just don't want to, because unless you're extremely knowledgeable, you just can't win. So for the most part, I choose not to talk about all the crazy stuff happening. I am more of an observer. Maybe someday I'll be able to offer more valuable points of view or perspectives on stuff to maybe help people calm down a little bit. Maybe that's my long-term goal. Anyway, I'm out of here. That was my week. Hope you guys have a good week and good weekend, and I'll be back next week, hopefully. We'll see. But that's it for now. Thanks, guys.